Diana Maria Watson, will never live in a gross, air-conditioned suburban house. I will never be a 2.5 girl. I refuse to marry a businessman and be a businesswoman. I will never live in a town resembling Rogers, Arkansas, USA. I refuse to become a normal sorority girl who brags about her experience and drinks her life away at frat parties. If any of the above happens to me, I give Amanda Lee Spain leave to bludgeon me. I wrote this pact for my best friend Diana back in high school. My own version, lost so many years ago, was very similar. It didn't mention frat parties, but it specifically mandated never marrying a computer programmer. It was the early 90s, and alternative music had made it cool to be part of the counterculture, even in Rogers, Arkansas. I was part of a loud mess of drama kids and other outcasts who went to punk shows and raves, got naked together, smoked cigarettes, and dabbled in harder stuff. But while I loved music and swore like a sailor, I was a misfit in a sea of misfits, a tap-dancing, never-been-kissed virgin honors student who didn't smoke or do drugs. With glasses, frizzy hair, and 10 extra pounds, I was uncomfortable in my own skin. Jeannie, my best girlfriend from the group, was an exotic out-of-state transplant. After yet another of my crushes fell in love with her, she said to me, "Mandy, you're smart, and I'm pretty." Beauty fades, but you'll be smart forever, so I have to have my time in the spotlight now. I was in desperate need of a kindred spirit. Diana was a year older than me, and we'd had class together for a while before connecting through a shared love of 80s British music. She was quiet, but by no means mainstream. Diana didn't use makeup and basically only wore Smiths and Morrissey t-shirts or a gold lame shirt her grandmother had made for her. She cut off her long hair, and people mistook her for a boy. She didn't drink, smoke, or swear. She preferred to crochet. Diana was so opposite of my other sexed-up friends, it was almost like she was asexual. She did have a boyfriend, an older guy named Billy who had punk rock hair and a chain wallet. They never kissed in public. "I only find two men attractive," she said, "Billy and Morrissey." We were never the type of friends to get mani-pedis or swoon over hot guys. Instead, we bonded over music and books. After school let out for the day, we would go to her house, where her bedroom would magically transform to a spacious loft in London, where we hung out with British rockers and lived our bohemian lives, Diana as an artist and me as an actress. It was during one of those afternoons that we created the 2.5 Girl Pact. I read an article about how the average American family has 2.5 children, Diana said, and probably lives in a gross, cookie-cutter suburban house. "How dreadful," I said. We said words like dreadful because it made us seem more cultured, AKA British. "I'm not going to have any kids at all," Diana said. I'd never heard anyone say flat out that they weren't going to have kids. It was kind of badass. "If I have them, it won't be until I'm already famous and have married Bono." Diana agreed. Kids would get in the way of all that. One of the best things about her was no matter how far-fetched my aspirations were, she always believed I would achieve them. But I struggled to believe in myself. For years, I had dreamed of attending a faraway college where no one knew me, where I would throw off my small-town mantle and reinvent myself as the coolest thing to ever hit the theater program. Maybe front a rock band on the side. However, I disregarded the enticing pamphlets sent by small colleges and Ivy League schools and applied to the nearby University of Arkansas because that's where Diana had gone. I told myself that a full scholarship to the U of A was the real reason I was going there, but I just couldn't face college without her. We roomed together in the honors dorm, an unair-conditioned building tucked out of sight. Our tiny dorm room was stuffed to the gills with Morrissey posters, art supplies, a parakeet named Schwenda, and lots of hair dye. That summer, Diana had gone to the salon at JCPenney and had her black hair bleached and dyed blue. I followed suit with various shades of red and purple. While everyone else was out getting drunk on the weekends, Diana and I dyed each other's hair. One night, we decided to dress up as Robert Smith from goth rockers The Cure. I was normal Robert with the rat's nest hair and smeared makeup. She was dressed from the music video where he is a spider. It had been snowing all day, and everyone from the dorm decided to go night sledding on cafeteria trays. So there we were, twin Robert Smiths, zooming down the hill by the Ag building, surrounded by kids in sweats and U of A stocking caps, our makeup running and shellacked hair flying in the breeze behind us. Everyone thought we were on drugs. After college, I told myself I wanted to take a year off before grad school. Diana wanted to stay near Billy, so she found us a place to rent, half of a tiny tumble-down duplex with a flooding bathroom. Still, we were happy. We binged on X-Files episodes and had Irish breakfast for dinner. But the never-ending slumber party did come to an end. Billy and Diana got married, and I was lonely in my new solo lifestyle. Life was leaving me behind, and sometimes it felt like Diana was leaving me behind too. So I took a deep breath and left Arkansas for good. I moved to Austin because the theater scene was less intimidating than New York, and I already had some friends there. But I quickly realized that my cost of living had tripled, so I got a boring job at Dell to pay the bills. My life became a routine. Go to work, come home, hang out with friends, maybe see an indie rock show. When my boyfriend and I moved to Dallas, it was easiest to just get another office job. I did eventually work in the theater, on the administrative side. At least I was working in my field. That job made me love working for nonprofits, and that's what I do today. I never made it to grad school or the lights of Broadway. It's my own fault. I never really tried. I've spent a lot of time wondering what if, berating myself. What if I'd gone to a prestigious school? What if I hadn't been too scared to find real theater work? Am I a huge disappointment? In many ways, Diana has been braver than I have. She got her MBA, and after she had kids, she got a second master's degree, all while working full-time. Calling her ambitious is an understatement. But I wonder if she has what-if thoughts. Yes, Diana has succeeded at her career, but she is a businesswoman, not an artist. Worse, she worked at the Walmart home office for over a decade. Ultimately, those what-ifs don't matter, because we're happy. And even though we've both changed, at the core, we're still the same goofy people, and that's why our friendship still works. Diana and I were in each other's weddings. We cheered each other on from hundreds of miles away as we both finished novels on the same day. We answer each other's phone calls in the same funny voices. What's going on? That we always have. Diana and I remember our 2.5 girl pact with fondness, even though we failed at following it. She actually called me to apologize when they decided to have kids. I didn't mind because I'm not a crazy person, and because I was thinking of having them myself. Now that I'm a mom, I can't wait till we can get our boys together someday. I bet they'll be best friends too.